All We Know has the sound of the scene at the time, but it also has its moments. It gets good when the guitars stop noodling and learn to shimmer. This could maybe do with the remaster. Not all of the material quite deserves it. It's not quite there yet. And then Riot hones that sound into something aggressively catchy. It's Paramore finding relevance and going all in on it. It's got the hits, and the rest of it stands up pretty well, so it goes atop. Brand New Eyes is one of those confident follow-ups, and it's a justified confidence, especially with the first half of this, which is absolutely blazing. I didn't actually get into Paramore until their fourth album. A friend kept advocating them to me over the years, and I found what I knew of their earlier sound quite generic. I think that's a reasonable thing to say about the debut, but that still has stuff worth hearing, and the second and third albums are really damn good. But now they're branching out. It's quite a diverse album, but quite consistently showy. It's widescreen and it struts. It does everything, really, this one. There's loads of content on the self-titled, and it's just great. Paramore have had a lot of lineup changes, and if you want to read about that, go read about that. This is about the music that's on the albums. It's a shame to lose such a good bassist. They've survived a lot of changes in the songwriting crew. This album cover looks like one of those close-ups of sand. Is it funny when a British person says this, after laughter? Please subscribe. This record has an obvious Talking Heads influence, but they're actually an influence we don't hear that much in music, so it sounds more original than the first three albums. It's this bright and odd sound that I'm not absolutely on board with, but you can tell that this is where they wanted to be musically at this point. To my taste, it's gonna go below some of their less mature work, but it's still a good listen. I'm throwing in Hayley's solo because, honestly, all of the contemporary members of Paramore appear on this album. And mainly I want to say, what an impressive record, this intricate, quiet core. You can hear the Radiohead and Björk influences, but she makes something of her own of it. It's absolutely teeming with content. There's a bleak piano moment around the middle that always freezes me.
I spent the weekend at home.
You can see it as a continuation of the After Laughter sound, but now this version is a lot more for me. I think it fits quite well with contemporary pop, but there's more intelligence to it. Let it not undermine the work of Paramore when I say this is even better. Hayley has a second solo album which costs more for some reason. It's a very quiet and intimate acoustic work, and it's immersive and impressive in its own way. It took me a while to realise it, but Paramore proved to be my kind of thing. Hayley is enough of a bit older than me that by the time her music gets released, the time that she was writing it about in her life matches up with mine. And this makes it intimately relatable because of all the world tours and massive budget videos they do. It's looking like Paramore's era will continue soon, possibly with the same band members this time. You gotta respect their commitment to reinvention after those first three. They are capable of a lot, and they're not bound in by genre. So hopefully we can see what's next soon. Until then, you've got this, and the other solo album.